We're heading to a place not known for overlanding. It's likely the most overlooked place for this kind of adventure, and for good reason. It's well off the beaten path and has very few places with any kind of access. Roads in this area are frequently closed due to storm damage, making travel unpredictable and challenging. In fact, the Pacific Coast Highway, also known as the PCH or Highway 1, is closed off again due to portions of it falling into the Pacific Ocean. This means very little traffic goes this way because there are very few ways in or out. I hope you enjoy this first episode of our exploration into California's Central Coast. Welcome to Big Sur.
We're out just exploring on a place called Jolon Road, Jolon Road. And Noel and I actually grew up down here on the Central Coast, and we've driven by this spot many, many times, but we've never actually stopped. And this is an old general mercantile store that is also kind of a historic site as well. As you can see. Oh, Jolon. It's pronounced Jolon. I did not know that. I always thought it was Jolon. Sounds like it was a town established for miners back in the day, heading to the Los Padres mine. So Brian, Los Padres mine, you probably already knew this. You're from down here too. So yeah, general merchandise, farm implements. I don't think that's been selling anything for quite some time, but it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, growing up down in this area, you kind of didn't know what you had, you know, when you were down here. And always wanted to get out, find a way out. But now we're trying to find a way back, and well, property down here has gotten pretty expensive over the years.
The origins of Jolon date to 1771, when the Spanish established Mission San Antonio de Padua under the command of Saint Junipero Serra. The town was officially founded by California in 1849, when Antonio Ramirez built an inn as a stop on El Camino Real.
Pretty crazy history here. But it is the site of the Dutton Hotel, which was actually a pretty big hotel back in the day. Here's a pretty cool picture of it. Not sure if you can see it really well with the glare.
The Dutton Hotel was a major stagecoach stop on the El Camino Real in the late 1880s. During its heyday, from 1875 until 1910, the first floor had 2 dining rooms, 2 parlors, and room for the owners. Additionally, the second story had rooms for guests. Next to the hotel was the general store known as Jolon Station, which featured a saloon in the rear with a fireplace, an ornate bar, and 6 poker tables. In 1910, when US 101 was rerouted to bypass Jolon by nearly 20 miles, it significantly impacted the town's economy and accessibility. As a result, Jolon became a ghost town within just a few years. Later, in 1929, the hotel was sold to William Randolph Hearst by the Dutton's widow and became part of Fort Hunter Liggett. Today, not much remains. Because Highway 1 is now inaccessible from the north, we're going to make our way through Fort Hunter Liggett Army Base and training grounds. It's primarily used as a training facility where activities such as field maneuvers and live fire exercises are performed.
You know, it's not every day that you see signs for tanks and military transport vehicles, but I think that's pretty funny. Trying a route, but that dirt road is blocked off with big K-wall pieces and signs for radioactive material, so we're not going that way, I guess. We just pulled into a pretty cool little camping area here on the road. We didn't know it was here. called Nacimiento. It's actually called Nacimiento Campground. So if you're familiar with Lake Nacimiento, this isn't Lake Nacimiento, but it's on Nacimiento-Fergusson Road, which is pretty cool. It's actually a pretty nice little camping area. It's got a little, I think that's Nacimiento Creek or Nacimiento River flowing through it, hence the name. The trailhead cuts off of this road, if we can find it, and it should follow the ridgeline along, overlooking the ocean. But I am not 100% sure, and I'm not 100% sure how many miles we have left to go on this road, but oh, this could be it right here, actually.
I don't think so.
No?
I'll check. Okay.
Let's see. All right, so it turns out that is the road. We made it. And we're gonna take this dirt trail up the ridge, and this goes for quite a few miles, so I think we're gonna be on this a while. I think we have enough daylight left, but eventually we're gonna pop out way over there overlooking the ocean. Wow, looks like a fire burned through here not too long ago. But if it's this smooth, I said that, if it's this smooth, we might be able to make pretty good time on this trail. We'll see how it goes.
The Santa Lucia Range is a rugged mountain range and is part of the Pacific Coast Range system. The coastal side of the range dramatically ascends from the shoreline with towering oceanfront ridges soaring 4,000 to 5,000 feet above sea level. Since at least the 1930s, accounts of encounters with dark watchers, or los vigilantes oscuros, have been associated with the Santa Lucia Range, described as shadowy figures watching over hikers from atop the mountain range.
So we haven't even really gotten to the coast trail yet. We're on this trail that we've been filming, and it's crazy. I see way down there is a meadow up on top of the mountains with a house way down there, and pretty cool. The road's gonna circle back around up this way, up over the ridge. But man, the view of the ocean out there, we're really high up. Wow, you can see so far out in the ocean from up here. It's pretty amazing. The views are pretty spectacular, guys. I didn't expect it to be this awesome. Man, I saw a little spur up here and I just had to check it out. Again, I can't stop checking out freaking little things. But I saw this, like, just rammed into a tree back in here. Old tractor. Look at this sucker, man. Motor's still in it. Tires still on it on the front. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're still trucking along on this trail up here along the ridge. Go check this out over here. Dog's found another piece of farm implement over here. Something, whatever's left of it. Oh wow, look at that old motor. Oh, there's a big old beehive in there too. You can see it there. Oh, lots of bees in here. I don't want to get stung. Ooh, I don't want to make them angry. I forgot how awesome the oak trees were, and in a lot of places down here on the Central Coast, you'll find, especially around like Lopez Lake, and actually Fort Hunter Liggett had it too. They're covered in Spanish moss. I'll try and capture some of that for you guys before we leave this area so you can see what I'm talking about, but it's pretty neat. I have been looking for what I want to call the best campsite I could find on the Central Coast for a really long time. And on the Central Coast of California, there aren't a lot of places. This view is quite freaking spectacular. I am a couple thousand feet at least, maybe 3,000 feet above the Highway 1 down there that you can see stretching along. I don't know if you guys can see it very well along the coastline. But we have found a pretty epic spot that I think we're gonna also have a pretty amazing sunset. Now it is exposed and there is a little breeze right now, as you can probably hear. It's blowing maybe, I don't know, it's maybe 10 miles an hour or something like that right now, but it's not killing me. And I think I'm gonna try and make it work. There are no white caps on the ocean. Well, I take that back. There's a few tiny little white caps down there. But in general, the seas are looking pretty mellow. It's amazing, man. I think we found a pretty cool spot here. One for the books, for sure. And we've got a moon that's gonna light this place up tonight too, I hope. Anyway, sunset's coming soon, so we're gonna make some dinner. Sunset's at almost exactly 8 o'clock. It's getting late, so we're gonna make some dinner and see how things go. What is it? Oh my God, is that a tri-tip? And zucchini.
And then we'll do garlic bread.
Nice. Oh my God, it's a whole tri-tip.
Yes.
We're barbecuing tri-tip. That's so awesome.
Marinated in chaka sauce.
Is it chacas? Chaka.
Chaka.
Ooh, I gotta put a picture of that up. Or is it chaka or chaka
Chaka sauce.
Chaka okay. Man, this is working out really good. This is crazy. We're on the California coast.
Kaya.
It's not even June yet. It's May. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. It's probably 70-ish degrees out here right now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a breeze, but it's nice.
Super.
It's really nice. What's crazy, so you might be able to see it. You can see the cars on Highway 1 way down there, their lights. But way off in the distance, and I'll try to get footage of it, there's a couple of lighthouses that come around that you can see on the coast way down there. Oh, that one just shined. It's pretty cool to be able to see the lighthouses from way up here. Yeah, we just had a freaking beautiful sunset, but it's clear. I mean, the marine layer is way out there. Any marine layer at all is pretty far away. You can see there is a little bit of a haze just hanging on the water right now, so it'll be interesting to see what morning looks like. But yeah, you can see, I mean, points just sticking out. Point here, point there. We're obviously on a point. Then you got a point here, another point, and another point. Oh, then the lighthouse that's flickering way off in the distance. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing, Kaya? What are you doing, baby girl? Good boy, Cooper. This has been a pretty cool day, and it's a pretty cool night right now too, because frankly we're in the tent and the windows are open and there's a nice breeze blowing through it because it feels like summer. It's like 70 something degrees outside, even though we're right here on the Pacific Ocean. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yep.
But now it's bedtime, so
Good night.
Good night, guys. What the?
What?
Here, poke your head out right here.
Oh, yeah.
Not a trap.
Fishing boat.
Yeah.
Some fishing.
Wow, the water's so calm. What a freaking cool morning.
Oh, and to wake up and it's not freezing.
I know. It's not freezing out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And now this is like our first camping in a long time when it hasn't been 20 degrees outside in the morning or something like that.
No heater.
No heater. It's been some months.
Yeah, it's definitely a little hazy.
Yeah.
But still, what a view.
Pretty cool.
Where you call me to go, where you call me to go,
Good morning. So the sun just peeked up over the hill here, and we're getting some pretty good views this morning from our campsite. You might be able to see it a little better this morning. I'll get some good footage of this down here, but yeah, you can really see the shoreline down there. Couldn't see it super good last night, I don't think, on the camera, and then all the way down to the points way out there. It's really cool. A little bit of haze today. Haze over the ocean. Not real thick marine layer, but definitely a haze. Not sure if that's gonna totally burn off today or not, but yeah, our little campsite here worked out really good. It was so warm last night. Even this morning, it's 70 something degrees, and it was so warm last night. We slept with all the doors open on the tent and just the screens up, so got to wake up to some pretty cool views this morning. It was pretty nice, and the dogs are just going nuts. I always worry about them in this kind of tall grass because down here you get all these foxtails, and I don't want them to get a foxtail stuck in their nose just like that. Hey, leave it. You too, Cooper, leave it. You're gonna choke on a foxtail. Stop that. Yeah, look at what you did. You're tearing it up. Hey, Cooper, I said no. Stop. They just don't know what's good for them. Hey, last thing I need is a dog with a foxtail in its nose. You know how that goes. Kai, you get a piece of wood, girl? Huh? Did you get a piece of wood? Yeah, you good girl. Cooper, why, buddy? Why? Hey, leave it. You big nut. Whoa. And looking off the cliff here on this side, we've got a really cool view of some of the rocks way down there. It's pretty cool. Well, today we're gonna pack up this morning, head farther down the coast a ways, kind of do some more looking around, see what we can find.
The climb back up to the ridge from the campsite is rough, rutted, steep, and tight. Another camper in a full-size rig, who we had met the day before, didn't want to brave this section of the trail because he had seen others get stuck and unable to climb out in years past.
If I'm being really honest, it's kind of hard to climb up this on foot. It's like, yeah, that's a lot steeper than it looks, guys. Holy cow. Alright, so that was really cool. We just met the coolest couple, Ken and his wife, I think wife Liz. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. But they were super cool. They're out here in an AEV Prospector. Oh, that's awesome. This thing is sick, dude. Yeah, I mean, the Prospector series is the way to go, and you did it right, dude, on the back right here. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, that's the OEV tray bed too. They make it the whole kit.
Really?
Yep. So
This
it's
thing
one
is
and
amazing.
done.
One and done.
And I'm so jealous. I've been wanting to build a full-size rig like that for so long. Man, Ken, that thing was really cool. Cool to run into you out here. And they watched the channel. Who knew? I'm blown away that we run into people that actually watch our channel. I'm so humbled by that. It's pretty neat. Man, so we just kind of went down that on that ridge and took a right turn down into a canyon, and we found a campsite tucked way back in here, about I think it was about 2 miles down the road in a canyon. And there's a picnic table here, a fire pit. Man, this is cool. Old concrete fire pit too. Pretty awesome. But we just saw a deer run across the road. Actually, I hear him up in there. And I didn't have the camera running, so we missed the deer running across the trail. But it was pretty cool right in front of us. Oh yeah, this is a big old patch of poison oak right here. So yeah, down in the shade, you know, that's where you're gonna find a lot of it. So well, found one more campsite back here, just across that creek, and it's really literally right on the creek, as you can see here. But as you can also see, there's poison oak pretty much everywhere in here. But man, it's pretty sheltered down in here. It's really cool. I bet certain seasons this is probably a really great place. Probably doesn't get a whole lot of people back in here, but man, it is beautiful in here. Absolutely beautiful. Cool spot. It looked like the trail went farther, but there's a down tree right there where the trail used to go through, and it's just got tons of undergrowth growing up through it now. So maybe the trail doesn't go any further anymore, unless they're ever planning on coming and cleaning it up. But yeah, pretty cool little campsites down in here. Give you an idea how overgrown things are out here. I gotta be careful. I don't want to drag poison oak back into the Jeep onto the wife, but there's literally a sign tucked way back in there. Let's see if I can get through here without rubbing all over the poison oak. Oh wow, hard to get back in there. Oh, there's a lot of poison oak in here. It's pretty much a poison oak forest at this point. Lots of it. Oh yeah, this is really tucked back in here. Buckeye Trail, full of bullet holes. And yeah, you can see the poison oak is crazy. But yeah, the sign is completely hidden back in here. So there's definitely an active mining claim out here. I forget what it's called, but we're kind of stumbling onto some bits and bobs out here. You got this thing down in the creek right here. It's totally broke off at the top. And then we've got this piece of cable and drawworks up here. It's pretty cool. Big old tank way up there. Weeds are pretty dense back in here. Oh, it's just like a tailings pile right here, kind of. It's all overgrown. But yeah, big old drawworks thing here with the crank. Oh, you're not moving that sucker. It's like frozen solid. Even the cable's all rusted on there. The thing's been out here for a little while, I think. Oh, it's a little steep. Yeah, so I'm guessing they may have been trying to dredge right out of this creek when it flows or something like that. Hard to say. Pretty crazy. Careful, hon. I know, it's bugs. Bug City. Early spring. So we're just working our way back up to that ridge. And then what we'll do is from that ridge, we'll actually head down to the coast for a little bit, and then we'll follow the coast down a ways. Gonna check out a couple beaches today, let the dogs run and play and have a good time. They deserve it. They've been cooped up for a little bit, and they haven't been out to explore in a while either, so just like us, they love to get out. Cooper, do you like to get out, buddy? Do you like to get out and explore too? All right, well, you know me. I saw something on the side of the road I just had to check out. And underneath all these trees and stuff right here is a hole in the ground. And I don't know, that doesn't look like a mine. That looks more like a bear's den or something like that. I'm almost afraid to look in there. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty crazy. It goes down and then back up. Oh, it probably goes up into the hill right there or something like that, but whoa. That's crazy. Never seen anything quite like that. Just a freaking hole right on the side of the road.
The 3,500-foot descent down to the beaches can be really steep in some spots. And although it's only early May, things are already pretty dry and dusty. The trail was recently graded, so it's fairly smooth and fast.
Man, we were just coming down this steep descent and stumbled across this beautiful location right here, down in the canyon. I think this river gets to flowing pretty good considering how many culverts are down in the road here. But what a cool spot back in here. Look at the freaking beautiful. I mean, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? All right, so I don't know if you know what a banana slug is, but let me put my hand in here to give you an idea how big this guy is. Yeah, that's a big slug. He's just moseying along on his day in no hurry. Pretty cool. But that's a good idea of why you gotta watch where you step when you're out here in the woods. You don't want to trample on stuff like that. He's got a job to do. Wow. I feel like I just stumbled across paradise in here. This is really cool. Wow, this is a real treat. You know, I may have mentioned it before in the video, but we kind of grew up down in this area, and you still stumble across places that we never knew were here after all this time, you know. And the Central Coast of California is a pretty beautiful place. And it's one of those untapped areas because it's so far off the beaten path, I think, for a lot of people. And, you know, everybody's tied up in their little jobs and stuff, and not a lot of time to go out and explore. And it's really too bad, but hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as I am.
Big Sur has been called the longest and most scenic stretch of undeveloped coastline in the contiguous United States. A sublime national treasure that demands extraordinary procedures to protect it from development, and one of the most beautiful coastlines anywhere in the world. It's incredibly important that we keep it that way. After 18 years of construction, the Carmel-San Simeon Highway was completed in 1937, making the region more accessible. But despite this increase in accessibility, the region has faced numerous challenges due to landslides, which have closed the highway more than 55 times. The Big Sur Local Coastal Plan preserves the region as open space, a small residential community, and agricultural ranching. As John Steinbeck once said, Big Sur is a place that must be preserved for its unparalleled beauty and natural state. This sentiment underscores our responsibility to protect this national treasure.
Alright, so we always eat really good on the trails, right? And I'm driving along, it's 12:30, it's lunchtime, and what does Noah give me? Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its for lunch.
No, it's a snack.
Okay, a snack, but you know what? They're Cheez-Its, they're freaking delicious.
Alright. Don't talk bad about the Cheez-Its.
Don't talk bad about the Cheez-Its. Cheers. Never hurts to stop for a quick drink and a burger, right?